Yo, listen, man, this guy's been killing the game for a long time, man. You talk about music, you talk about clothes, you talk about alcohol. Now we talking TV and film, man. 50 Cent is in the house. What up, man?
Oh, man, good, man. Good to see y'all again, man. What's going on?
Man, man, you're just trying to duck this COVID, keep the vibes and energy high. And the crazy thing, I was looking at a bunch of things that's popping off this weekend for the NBA All-Star, and you're rocking at quite a few of these things.
Yeah, I'm going out, man. I've been stuck in the house so long. I'm going out.
I know. Here's the thing, 50. When you leave, we need these businesses to still be open because you did
No,
event
no,
like not too long.
look. This happens in Miami and Tampa, right? And then Texas is wide open.
There we go.
They talk about take the mask off. Period. Like nobody knows. Don't make this my fault, bro.
They had a picture with you with date night. Like, they had a date night picture with you with no mask on, and they was like, "Why 50 don't got no mask on?"
Oh, talking about date night. We went to it was Halut Living, the Wine and Spirits. I shot the cover of the magazine, and they had a dinner for me in Miami, so I went there, and that's what they were calling a date night picture.
Like he survived other things. What's COVID to him?
Yeah, there's a different kind of COVID. Like I don't think I'm supposed to die from a head cold, bro. Like I think I'm supposed to be a little more dramatic. Special effects, like things are supposed to go off in the background.
You come back to life anyway, so we know you ain't come through the fire.
Yeah, like this is like, but this is definitely I don't know. I mean, the confusion. Look, Atlanta's been open the entire time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if there's like you got some people that no matter how you look at it, you go how the economy is so shot in New York City based on them closing it. Like they pretty much put everybody out of business. It almost feels like the redistribution of wealth. Like because by the time you come back, whoever still has the money to just pour into those businesses are gonna reopen and get new money out of there.
Mm-hmm.
The people who put their money, their retirement plan, and open businesses so they don't work for anybody. They own their own business now. They out of business.
How has this stuff affected you from a TV standpoint? Because I know, like, you know, when the first Book of Power ended, we saw these trailers for all these things, and we eventually got Power Book 2, but I know there was some delays in rolling that out. So how far down schedule are we now from getting the rest of the stuff that we're looking for?
You know what it did? It halted me in actual production, but it sped up how many projects that I have sold to the networks. Because it gave me more hours in the day. Like as far as a lot of times now I know when I'm tired, it's from the travel. It's from the physical part of moving around, like on the planes and stuff like that when you're out there.
Right.
Because if it was just the part of, look, when I put on the stage, I know I put that in the gym anyway. You know, every day, like I'm doing that. So I wouldn't be tired. I could just keep going with that, you know, if I was doing that. So like when I'm like at this point, I'm at like 18. I was at 18 across 9 networks.
That's crazy. And they're all amazing. Like we all tuned in to Power Book 2, which I'm not gonna lie, at first I was a little sketchy on because I ain't like Tariq's ass. But you got me to like Tariq by the end of the season. It's almost unbelievable to me. And now I'm really excited to see this BMF show that you have and my girl Cash Doll. So I do want to ask you one question. Who is the real KD?
KD, you know.
Is it Cash Doll or is it Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is KD. Now look, Cash Doll, see, one got a jump shot, one got the jumper, and one got that bumper. Now look, the other one, it's like Cash, and she started saying KD, he like, you know, it's funny that he would say something about it. That was interesting that he would actually say something about it. But if he wasn't hurt, probably I would have got them together just so he could be in the photo op together.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
In Atlanta, and then All Stars down there, so I would have made that happen. But KD probably he's not gonna probably play because he had a little injury.
Right.
Yeah. So, but he should still be on the bench. At least he's still an All Star. Come on now.
Yeah, you might got to still get them together some way somehow.
And make it happen. But what's the name? I think man, it's exciting. Like when you think about BMF, like I've openly said, I think that this project will be bigger than Power. You know? And it's because Power is a well-written story, but it's a well-written fictional story versus a well-written true story.
Right.
the intensity of you watching the story and you knowing that they actually went through this experience and the journey, like it's a different thing. I think I can get the audience to be more passionate about it, more immersed into the storytelling, you know.
We got the official street day.
Guys, made you more inspired to create new music or do anything on a personal rediscovering the story and telling the story again? Because seeing how it affects a very pivotal point in your career, because you were killing shit like just fresh out, and this BMF story is still taking place. So has it sparked any creative decisions that you want to make with music?
You know, I've been making music, and it's been for just to find things that match the tones of the actual projects. Like I put out the Raising Canaan, the part of the game. And that was because I had to match the 90s. And then when I really looked at it, that music, it was stronger, it was more inspirational music out at that point. And it was R&B music.
Mm-hmm.
Like the bigger hits were R&B and inspirational themes like Rising to the Top, different things there, like, you know, and it just was a different period. I think it was because people coming out of being oppressed, different things, they had different circumstances. The African-American artists were writing things that were reflecting things that overall everybody would embrace. Mm-hmm. And they knew that they could get down to that. They would groove to it. And then now, like when we looked at like BMF, these projects, it's opportunities for me. I could make a soundtrack for every song, for every television show. And then now I need 19 soundtracks, right? So I got a lot of but if you say, I don't really want to get in the way of the new guys that's supposed to have the opportunity to be what I was to 2003 for my run. You see what I'm saying? I want to be able to just add things, pieces, just a pitch here and there. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, this is why it was important that I paid enough attention to the culture to figure out who's on the bridge of like right there.
Right.
Breaking like that. Why I put NLA Chapo on that song with me.
Who's lit right now.
Yeah, it's like it's a kid. He's young, his energy is different. And I'm like, yo, it'd be cool. Let's see what he sounds like on this record together. And we could work together on this.
You've always been good at that. Like even with Troy Ave, when he was popping, you jumped on that. Tekashi, when he first, you know, when his shit first started going, you was on that. Like you obviously have the great ear for stuff like that. And you have also Rotimi, who you had the fake beef with, which was funny. And we talked to him about that. So do you have any other new artists coming up that we could be looking out for that may be in one of these shows that you're going to slide them in on?
Nah, you know what? I think, well, what's the name? They have, you got Keisha on Ghost.
Oh yeah, light skin Keisha.
Light skin Keisha.
Yeah.
Ghost, and then you got Joey Badass is in Raising Canaan.
Yes.
He's in, and performance wise, what he's doing in it, looking at the dailies, he is showing out, man.
Joey been a problem for a minute. I don't know if you ever watched Mr. Robot, but he was killing shit on the low on Mr. Robot.
He's on the shit. Like, look, as far as like him being a talented actor and artist, he's there.
You know, another guy who, like, you know, you had connection with that, like we realized, you know, when it was too late, that's talented, like Pop Smoke. I don't know if you got a chance to check out an advanced copy of Boogie yet, the movie he was in, but yo, Smoke was good as an actor, and I had no idea that was even something he was vibing towards, man.
Now I knew he wanted to do it because look, we talked about all of that different stuff, and he's like, yo, that not really seeing limitations. That's how I was getting him to listen, to pay attention. Because I'm going like, you can go do that, like that's there, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to do that or you want to do this, and like you want to do what you see me doing, or you want to go do that. And the street stuff, he's going, nah, I want to do I want to do that.
Yeah.
And then he going, yeah, and that's what made him what made me kind of lock into him like that, because it's interesting when you got it, like, because he had it. It wasn't a whole bunch of work to do.
Right.
Raw talent.
Like, this is like the kid already got it, like his energy, and I'm looking at him like, damn, look at this. And his name is Jackson. You know his name's Jackson?
I peeped that, yeah.
Yeah, so you got my last name, T Bucky, like my Buck T.
That's crazy.
I'm like, exactly where you from, boy? You know your father?
You might have had him running around there. You don't know. That might have been you right there.
Ancestry.com, yo. Run the DNA test. Run it.
And you know, a lot of the new artists, which is what we're talking about, Pop Smoke, unfortunately, you know, they weren't unable to turn their unfortunate situations around. You've had issues in the industry, but you turned them around to be positive situations. And one person we spoke to the other day is Fat Joe. And we talked to him about Verzuz. And he said the only person that he could think to battle would be 50 Cent. Now, how do you feel about doing a Verzuz battle against Fat Joe?
You know, I thought, look at this stuff. I thought Verzuz was something we did when we were stuck in the house. As soon as we got out of the house, like to come back outside, I was like Verzuz didn't make sense to me anymore.
But what if you took that same element of Verzuz to a live venue, so where you could really get the bag, make a tour out of it, make a few dates? I mean, people want to hear these records live. See y'all doing.
There's so many other ways to do that. So look. See, the reason why the Verzuz part, like, to me, to be honest, because of how it came, like I looked at it like Verzuz to me, that showed up and was the hottest thing. I was paying attention to it, like watching it like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm watching it like this is when D Nice is like the only DJ on the planet. Like,
right.
Like we watching and I'm going, yo, this is like COVID just hit. This is crazy. What are we doing? And we just looking and we all trying to figure out what we're doing next.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then as soon as we come back outside, I'm like, I don't know why they're still doing it. Like I think when they did the Jeezy
Gucci Man,
yeah.
Gucci Man thing, I think that was desperation on Jeezy's part trying to sell a record.
Do you feel like it worked?
No, the record didn't sell.
Damn.
The record didn't sell, but I think that's what that was leading up to it, because they looked at how much a catalog will sell and how much exposure you'll have, or because he was releasing a record at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Other than that, I don't know why you would do that, because he said you're smoking on Pookie Low.
That was an aggressive moment. I thought it was, I thought Guns was about to be drawn, but I feel like the teachable moment was like, yo, these people who have all this bad blood between them and under them, they was able to piece it up for an event. So it seemed like it just blew the doors wide open. So damn, why couldn't 50 maybe do a versus with a Game, or why couldn't 50 do one with, anybody you've had beef with in the past, whether it's Ja, whether it's Fat Joe, or whatever. Like, it just seems like if they could get over it, anybody could.
Yeah. I just think when you get to some of those things, like these things are, even though we're not passionate about them, we're not like looking to go kill each other. That it was really real. Like I feel like it's WWF shit when you start doing that. Like when y'all in the room and try to benefit from it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, low level, real quick.
I'll go. I just had dinner with Joe in Miami. Like this was like 2 weeks ago. And
okay.
In Miami, we had dinner. Like sat down and ate. Because I look like our. His beef is for reasons. Our beef developed for reasons that I'm at fault for also, because he's loyal to a default. You know what I'm saying? So when
you can understand that, because you loyalty is your whole thing.
So in a different way, and I'm going after the fact when we calmed down. He said we was really upset, but it really happened because you were so loyal to this that you kept moving like this.
Right. And
I'm identifying with it and going, he's uncomfortable and he's cool with this side of it. It's already because he established a relationship with John. And you know how they say these are ops, this is the way the kids look at it now. The way I look at things, I go, if my success is creating a discomfort for you, you are my enemies.
Understood.
That's a fact. I think that way too.
Because my happiness is causing a discomfort for you. You know what I'm saying? So this means you would like to stop me from being happy for you, and it would make you happy. Like, you know, my grandfather would say, my enemies' enemies are my friends. Like this is a thing that like people come together and make a common bond with each other on just disliking you.
So the fact that y'all did squash it, and you're able to have dinner together. Let's just say if Joe got up to go wash his hands and a fly flew on his plate, when he came back, would you tell him?
Yeah, Joe, no, it's a fly. They don't eat that. Get the new one.
Okay, cool.
Why would I do that to him?
This is a changed man.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that to him. Like, you got, it's interesting, and it really is like this. When you develop friendships or relationships when you were previously at odds with each other, you're more conscious of each other than when you were friends from the beginning. So we are more conscious of each other. We don't really fuck each other over or do anything. See, some people become complacent. They're so comfortable with their friendship and their relationship that they'll go past what you're comfortable with. And
Wow.
say, I'm sorry.
That's
They
growth.
just say, I'm sorry. After they've gone past what you're comfortable with, they'll go, yo, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that.
Right.
And expect you to just accept it. When I'm conscious of it, so we don't never cross each other's boundaries or paths in any other kind of way, because we know how it started and how it is now.
Well, speaking of growth, because you said growth, we see your relationship, you and Cuban. I love y'all two together. And to me, this is the most open you've ever been with a relationship. We've seen you with other people or whatever, but this, that don't count. So are you thinking of possibly tying a knot at any time soon, 50? Because we haven't seen that from you yet. So.
Oh, what? Oh, what?
Help!
Why are you so crazy?
Rescue this man.
Oh, don't ever bring her back again.
Oh no!
Brothers, I don't want to see that woman again.
What I
do? You didn't kill 50.
I can't believe you did this to me.
I'm sorry, Fifth.
After all of these years. I thought we was friends.
We are.
How did you do this to me?
I was just kidding. I meant tie her sneakers.
I got the sneakers right here. I'm gonna tie the sneakers.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. You're such a good boyfriend. You tie sneakers.
What's the name? It's cool though. I have a good friendship with her. Like, I think the more look, I've had the ability to look at things better. Like you say, I don't think men are conditioned to be prepared for success like that. So when you have it, and mine's like we talk about the records. I have the largest debut in hip hop album. It didn't happen when I wanted to. Like, I got bumped around a lot, but then when it did happen, it was really extreme. It was like really. So it was like everybody was in agreement to 50 Cent.
Right.
At one time. So it was like all of it. So you see so many references to, and I'm gonna use this, even though we use metaphors in music. Y'all excuse me for this one, right? But think adult entertainment. There's somebody who's representation of everybody we know, right? Somebody same height, same bust, same weight, same hair color, same ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody who looks like everybody we know, and they're on the tape, and at some point, their largest asset is their ass. Or their
wow.
You feel what I'm saying? So, and look, while we would actually look through the things, and you would see things that you would ideally be attracted to, no matter who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You look and you say, when the success comes, boom, and it takes off, you see references, you see a version of everything that you think is attractive. It comes and it's actually interested in you.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's enough confusion. But man, they go, what, me? Are you serious? I'm on 134th Street. Come in.
Right. Come in.
You don't want to come in because your friend wants to? Why not? Come in, bro. Bring both. What's the difference? Like, they didn't have restraints in the early stages between 03 and 05. I think I seen a version of what God made.
Mm.
Hey, and it leads me to a question too. What you saying that, or having it not just really apprehensions and not really want to speak about marriage. You and Kanye have had such a dualship. Would you guys release those albums on the same time during that week in battle? Now seeing him divorced, going through this process, does that change your thought process on what having a family or marriage is about? And do you feel like Kanye is going to be a better version of himself, being that he escaped the grasp of the Kardashian clan?
I think, to be honest with you, it's not Kanye. It's just overall, right? I just think that's one of the I think it's an old contract, right?
Okay.
The marriage contract is an old contract.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been really good. Like it's just old thinking, right? Like we're changing everything else in thinking, right? And we're not changing that. That's staying the same. I think the idea of look, I'm tough.
I hear you.
Shit, crazy. I'm not tough enough to go through that shit. Like that's too tough for me. That's too tough.
Got you.
Do you understand? Like that part
Mm-hmm.
right there is just too tough for me. Like I don't want to go through that. Like that would be too much for me to have to the investment. Like if you say a person is your best friend, right? You spend your time, your energy. The most expensive thing we spend is time. We can't get
Mm-hmm.
it back. Right?
That's
This person is your
powerful.
best friend. You shared your time, got to a point where you no longer kept count of things that you invested in her comfort.
Mm-hmm.
When you bought things, you bought shoes that you don't wear 6-inch pumps, but you bought them because when it looks good, you look good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's a reflection of you in some way. She reflects your choices. If she's smarter than you, she reflects you being secure. If she earns more than you, she reflects your ability to compromise because tradition says you're supposed to be a protector, security, and support for your family.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in every aspect of it, I look there, I say, I'm just not prepared for the person for people that I've invested. I've had baby's mother, your
Yeah.
mother look at you and tell you she need $55,000 a month
Mm.
for one kid.
Jesus Christ.
And then you go, what? No, the first one, tell me that the first I went in to see the court magistrate. It was only 10 minutes. It's temporary support, 25,000 temporary support. She said, yeah, and you're gonna pay 55,000. I can find another dick to suck.
Well, you did put out a song that said "Have a baby by me, be a millionaire." So I mean,
That one is gonna cost me 1,360,000. I know.
damn.
I did the math.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look, see, this is real. This is not like I made the record because that new information was coming,
Mhm.
and I'm being conscious of what I'm doing now because of it.
But how does
Mm.
it even feel to see your man Dr. Dre about to almost similarly go through the same thing? She
No,
talked about $2 million a month.
you see him having aneurysms and shit.
50.
No, you see what's happening. Like the man, like he's going through more extreme health issues than you've seen him have before.
Yeah.
That you can have that be caused by stress.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's not stressful to have the person who's the closest person to you decide you don't mean anything?
It's a different level of deep, man. Those emotions, you said it, like, you invest that time with that person, and once you repeal all that, none of it ever mattered anymore. What are you left with?
Yeah, nothing matters. So there's not even back to friendship. How do you go from being friends to being the closest person to you feeling like you want to be with this person for the rest of your life to I hate you?
Damn, you just talked me out of marriage. I'm sitting here like, do I want to get married
No.
anymore?
If there's a look, if you have companionship that makes you feel comfortable enough to do that, then you do that. But I'm just saying to you that it would have to, when you have the unstable moments or you're uncertain about what's going on at different points, that throws me into the okay, this is that moment.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
It puts me back to that. Like that's where I go because I'm going. That's where when you're in uncharted territory, this is where that area is. You know, and you said what would be look. There's perks to severing ties with overachievers. It's the
Word.
package that comes with you how you leave from here, and then from there, she's a prize. She's a catch. If you leave, how much did she leave? How much did she get? The guy that she meets afterward may not even have as much as she has,
Probably not.
based on what she got leaving him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it just how do you look at that and leverage it out? Like I don't know, and theirs is a little more complicated in a Kanye thing because I heard she didn't even want the support. She's saying just give me full custody of the kids, but that means whoever she marries next, those are his kids.
Mm-hmm.
You're the visitor.
That's a tough dynamic, you know what I mean? Because like, because like a lot of times when people are asking for spousal support, who are like well-kept people anyway and have their own money, when they ask for this absurd amount of money, it's like, what for? But for, you could tell in the records that Kanye cares more about those kids than anything in the world. So it's like, fuck the money. If she gets full custody of the kids, I think that would destroy him more than anything.
Yeah, he might pay support.
Want prenup.
I pay the support. Like you're going.
Who's your friends these days?
I got a lot of associates. I don't know if you call up everybody your friend, right? We play with that too freely. We give people friend too freely.
Mm-hmm.
Is it hard to keep friendships going because of how you move and just just things that have happened to you in the past? Because I know a lot of people always want to try to get in.
I think we offer people the friendship title is we offer it too easily.
Very true.
You know what I mean? I think we give them that without them actually being your friend. Because they're an acquaintance and it's comfortable, we say, well, yeah, we're cool, we're friends, like it's my friend or whatever, we call them that, but they're an associate,
Mm-hmm.
And you got to work with friendship. Your friends would actually have your best interests at heart. And it's tough because not everyone is going out their way or trying to make sure that your best interest is at heart.
Indeed.
Well, you've been heavy in the liquor game, and I want to make sure we shout out your champagne because it's always hard for me to, how do you say it? Because I don't ever want to say it wrong.
Le Chemin Noir.
Le Chemin Noir. Did I say it right?
I never spell it right.
Oh, but look. When we say ace, we say ace. Just say king. The king.
Oh, King. There we go.
Easy
I
enough.
like that.
Armandel Brainiac, the Armandel Brainiac, So, I don't know how to pronounce the Ace of Spades thing either. Because it's French, from France.
So King, that's it.
Yeah, the king.
There we go.
Ask for it by name in a bar near you. Yo, man, we excited about everything you got going, man. Running down everything. So the Canaan joint, Power Book 3. What's the street date?
Well, I can't give you the date yet, right? That's July.
BMF. When are we getting that?
That one is it'll be right after that. It comes right after that. That's it.
I know y'all filming in Atlanta, so if y'all need a little light-skinned girl thrown in there somewhere,
you ready to go?
Yeah, just hit me up. I'll shoot somebody, rob somebody, sell some drugs. Let me know what I got to do.
She'll do all that before you even turn the camera on.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll do that as initiation.
Yeah, that's initiation right there. So let me know. Kill some of my kids, whatever you need me to do.
And then action. Yo, man, real quick before you roll, Fifth, man, I want to talk about some of your records real quick. There's this thing called Tail of the Tape. I want to run through your catalog. Tell me what your favorite record is on some of these and why. Get Rich or Die Trying. What is personally your favorite record on there and why?
My favorite record on there right now is Mini Man on Get Rich or Die Trying. And that record, it's because it was the slowest record, tempo-wise, and culturally things shifted where the record that matches where we're at now. Musically, that record, the tempo is where the artists would pick now to write their music.
Who produced that record?
That one, the Mini Man.
Was it Red Spider or no?
I think Reef. I think Rob Reef did that.
Oh yeah, okay.
Reef the Streets.
Yeah.
You Shade 45. All right. What about on the Massacre? What was your favorite joint off there and why?
A Baltimore Love Thing.
Vibes.
Because it was that record was a metaphor for I got a chance to put therapeutic information into the record. My experience I was going through, I had drug cases. I caught possession of narcotics and different things, and they put me through drug treatment programs. And because of that, I had information that I could use for that record that I wouldn't have had, direct information that I acquired in those experiences that I was able to use. And then I wrote it from the perspective of the drug heroin. And as the addict, the female addict, her as she listened to other people tell her not have the relationship that it has with the drug, it pulled it deeper into addiction.
It was a dope visual. Lastly, what was your favorite record that you wrote for somebody else?
Yes.
Hit it or love it. Maybe?
There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
I felt you was either gonna say that or you wrote Paradise for LL Cool J, right?
Yeah, Paradise. The part that A. Marie singing.
Okay. I thought you wrote the verses too.
No. I just wrote the chorus for it. That one, the track masters produced the record, and they Charlene did the reference vocals for it.
Okay.
They know they want to put the melody on it. Like sometimes if you do a record and it's a familiar loop, you don't want to play it for the artist because they know the loop.
Right.
And you go on, wait, put this on it first so they can hear it the right way, and then play it for them. Like, you know what I mean? And then they had me come in because I had the melodies and stuff like that, but I'd be able to make it'll be hood. And they wanted to make L not so, like L battled with that. Like him, I compare some of the Drake stuff to LL Cool J.
Oh, they're definitely in the same warehouse.
Yeah, because he'll have a longer career because of it too. Because like LL made it to exit 13 hours. Like look, that's not gonna change. It's gonna be cool for him to get his joint off regardless. Like even, like the sales will go down, but the records will still be. It's cool. It's Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll still be playing. Like with L, he do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then do I Need Love? I Shot You, and then do I Can Love You Better. They'll do like those are compared. Like Drake will do a street record or something that taps the urban, the street side, and then he'll make a pop record that can really make him the big success that he want to be on the record. You know what I mean? But he makes both of those records like that. He get the song. I think he got one with Dirt now recently, like in Dirt.
Oh yeah, Laugh Now, Cry Later.
Right. So it got the street energy to it, and then he'll make what he really want to make. He go make that record.
Well, I see that DNA in your music too. You know how to work the streets. You know how to work the ladies. I want to get into this record that you dropped a few months ago, Part of the Game, featuring NLE Chopper. Man, let's go ahead and kick it off, Fifth.
All right, man, check this out. This right here is the Raising Canaan theme song right here, Part of the Game.
So we have to live to July to see it though, right?
Yeah, we got it.
Mask off.
We on it. Yo, Fifth, thanks for pulling up on us, bro.
I appreciate you.
We are the Morning Hustle.